getting ready to pull out of camp. First ride on the new 700 XT Max. Wendy's got a smile on her face. Here we go. This way, Wendy. We're going to the bottom. We're going to ride down the road to the bottom where Reeder Trail starts. And then we're going to film some more after we get to there. So, beautiful country up here if you've never been. Usually not much for filming roads, but this is a beautiful overlook of Joes Valley Reservoir. Nice lake if you've never been there. There's some campgrounds down below that you can stay at that are for, you know, not Forest Service, but Utah State Park, I guess it is, campgrounds. So if you want to come in with your big toy hauler or whatever, there's places down there for those. We camped up here on top with our fifth wheels quite a bit, but this is kind of a narrow road going in, and it could be a little, you know, you come down this road with a full-size pickup and a fifth wheel, and there's not a lot of room for people to pass. It's kind of a one lane road. So the Jeep that we have now, this works perfect. It's got the tent on top, pull a little trailer, we pull in there, park anywhere we want. It's just easy camping. I have brought motorhomes up, I have brought fifth wheels up, but it's just a little bit of work to get them into the better spots up to the top. It can be done. It's just a little bit of work. The other thing is, we've been up here before when it rained, and it rained. One week we were up here for a week, and it was raining pretty hard the last couple days that we were here. And this road can just get sloppy mud. And trying to pull your fifth wheel out in that sloppy mud, a little bit of work coming down as well. Again, we did it, but we actually went up to the top of the mountain and dropped off the other side because the road's a little better on the other side. Parking lot that they put in here, they expanded it out, made it pretty nice. Parked right here at the trailhead, day use only, no camping. And this starts out, it says, so this is part of the Arapeen Trail System. Nice map there. This says trail open to 66 inches or less, which is true for just a minute, but then it really goes to 50 inch. So this is trail number 5. The Reeder Trail. Today's the last day of May. You can see how dusty it is already. Utah didn't get much snow this year, which is bad. But we'll see as we get up towards the top. A lot of years, Memorial Weekend, you cannot make it to the top. There's still too big of snow drifts up to the top. So I'm hoping we can at least make it up. There's a cut across trail that'll take us back to camp. If not, we'll have to come all the way back down, but hopefully we can make it across. So this is the beginning of the Reeder Trail. It just kind of starts in the flat down here at the bottom. It starts working its way up the mountain and up into that canyon over there. Beautiful trail. So as you come in on this trail from the parking lot down below, remember I was saying it was 66 inches. This shows trail 5 both ways. It's only 66 inches that way to the left. Oh, what is this? Trail closed ahead. I don't like seeing that. Trail open. It says trail open. 50 inches is what that sign said. It's faded. So pretty much from this way up it's 50 inch. I hope the trail's not closed up here, but it could be closed because we just passed a little stream back there. It looked like it was kind of raging, and we're almost to a water crossing. crossing up here ahead that before we've been here in the in the past, where you started up this in the morning and the water wasn't very deep and it wasn't running too bad. But by the time you got back down later in the afternoon, it was just a rager. And I'm wondering if that's what the deal is. Because it's possible it might be a rager and they might have the trail closed right here, because you do have to cross the river. So we'll see. We're almost to it. Usually this trail is open by Memorial Day, so I don't know. Looks like it's raging. Does not say closed. Sidle up here and take a peek. Boy, I don't know. Boy, look at that. That's a rapid right there. Got a class 5. I am thinking that we did not want to get washed downstream right here at the moment. So this may be a very short video. Well, I think what we'll do tomorrow is we'll ride down and then probably have to turn around and go back up just so you can see the whole Reeder Trail. I'd really like to get that on this video because it truly is one of my favorite trails out here. We ride it quite often, but it's just a great one. So I talked the wifey into letting me ride the new one back. We just traded machines. So I'm going to give you my first impressions of this as soon as we get back to camp. It's about 10 miles maybe, so I'll have a pretty good feel. I mean, just putting down the trail, you know, initial first impressions, this has got that electronic throttle. It doesn't have a manual throttle. It does feel really linear is how I would kind of say it. I think it's a linear feeling throttle, so it does feel good. I'm in high gear 2-wheel drive. The clutch engagement feels really good. I would probably say better than the Polaris. That's one of Polaris's negative things is they jerk, you know, not they jerk, they don't necessarily jerk if the belt's good, but you do have to get your RPMs up closer to, you know, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 RPM before that belt engages on the Polaris. It's just how they are. It's just how they are. They've always been that way, and the side-by-sides are the same way. It's just something you have to get used to, and it's just a different trait. I would say this clutch feels like it engages a lot sooner, a lot earlier. It's a lot smoother engagement. I'd say it's closer, and I don't, forgive me because I'm illiterate on this part, I don't think it's a wet clutch. On my Kawasaki KRX, it's got a wet clutch, and it has immediate engagement, which I really like. So I don't think this one's a wet clutch, but it does engage easy, and it's super, super trying to think about the suspension on this. This is set quite a bit firmer than mine, and they probably set them firmer because they're the 2-up for 2 people, and they want the suspension to be able to handle the 2 people. And we are going to be not very often have 2 people on it. So I think I'm going to soften this. I'm going to soften front and rear by tomorrow morning so that she can ride it and feel a little more plush. I think it'll be a plusher if I soften that up a little bit. One thing I am noticing with this throttle is you let it off, it really kind of doesn't want to let off. You gotta hit the brake a little bit to kind of slow it down. It wants to keep going. So I don't know if that's an adjustment issue on there, but I might have to play with that set screw, because there is a set screw on there for that throttle. I mean, it idles, well, it's idling down to 1250. Probably should be a little lower, and I'm thinking it's this set screw right here possibly, so I might play with that a little bit as well. So we're in 2-wheel drive. The other thing we're going to play with is that, where you see that IEB medium, and then it's IEB minimum, IEB maximum. That's engine braking. So I just put it to maximum. She had it on minimum on the way down and said there's virtually no engine braking. And we like engine braking, because on some of these 50-inch trails we just like to putter along and have super good engine braking. So I did put it to max. We're taking this little cut across trail that just cuts back across, since we didn't get to ride much of that other trail. But I'll play with that engine braking a little, high, minimum, medium, and maximum. Let's see how, if I can get a good feel for that. I don't have it yet. I mean, that's max. It's okay there in max, but I'm almost thinking we'll probably leave it in max all the time. It is smooth though. I mean, it's really smooth. I'm going to soften the suspension to just that throttle, and then we'll kind of see how it is from there. It doesn't seem to me that the headlights will turn off all of the way. There's 4 bulbs in the front, and I played with it back before we pulled out, and you could either go to all 4 or just 2. So we're on 2 even in the daytime, which I'm not sure that I like. I need to figure out if there's a way to turn those all the way off or not, but so far I've not been able to figure that out. Talking about the length, the extra length a little bit. So with this being a 2-up machine, one of my worries a little bit going to that was we get in some tight trails where you got to make some sharp switchback corners and stuff on steep rocks. So I was worried a little bit about this being a little bit longer. Longer always does give you better stability. You know, it's a little safer overall. Odds of tipping over are less when you go longer, so that part's good. But I tell you, sitting here in the driver's seat, not back in the passenger seat, it feels really good, really tight, really easy. I mean, I still need to play with this power steering, because it's super easy to turn, and there are some settings on that, so I need to play with that a little bit. But overall, first impressions, first couple miles is smooth. Good engagement on the belt. I know if I had 2 people on here, I'd probably be happy to have the suspension right where it's at. But like I said, we're going to ride 90% one person, so I'm going to soften it a little. And we're going to see how that works out. But overall first impressions, pretty happy with it. Shifts easy. Power wise, haven't really been able to get it on, but it does sound like a single cylinder. I really do prefer the V-twins. I wish they would have left it a V-twin, but it does feel like it's got a little pep, and I'm really just in normal mode, so I haven't even tried the performance mode yet. But that's my thoughts so far. I'm sure there'll be more as we go along. Hopefully this one is as reliable as the last one was, because the last one was solid as Sears, I'm telling you. Full engine braking going down a pretty good hill. It does, oh, see, there's that throttle. I think that throttle needs to be turned down just a hair. You can hear it surging a little bit there, trying to figure out what to do. It's not terrible, but if you can adjust it to where you like it just right, that's what we're gonna do. This is the Trail 5 cut across off of Reeder Trail. It's not really all this does is let you bypass the pavement, be able to stay on dirt all the way back to camp. So since it was not dark yet and we couldn't cross the river, we decided just to take this little cut across trail. There's some beautiful views here, which you'll see here in just a second. There's the lake coming into view, Joe's Valley. Not much of a fisherman, but there's supposed to be some pretty big fish out in that lake. Probably getting close to 8 o'clock at night, so the sun's going to be setting here soon. A little bit of a clunk. I'm trying to figure out what that clunking is as you go over a jump.